Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be talking about our T770 Bobcat track skid steer. I'm going to be going over the basic operation and startup procedures for this machine. This is for the orientation part of the Schoology. If you're in my class, if you're just trying to learn about skid steers, then this can be helpful as well. So hope you enjoy, and remember to please subscribe. Okay, so before we get started, we're always going to do a pre-trip or a walk-around inspection. So I'm going to walk up to this vehicle. First thing I'll look at, obviously, is the tracks. I'm going to look at underneath our final drives here and see if there's any oil residue or anything leaking out from underneath it. Track tension looks proper. My front idler looks in good shape as well. Walk around the back of the machine here. I'm looking at my pivot points. I'm looking at my ROPs. Making sure nothing is broke. No lights are broke. Back window's clear. Has no debris up on the top here, so we'll go ahead and look in the engine compartment here. Okay. All my pre-trips, I'm going to preach this to you, top to bottom, left to right. That way you try not to miss anything. I'm going to look at my exhaust system here. This does have a Tier 4 engine in it, so it does have emissions, obviously. So I'm looking at any exhaust leaks or anything that could be apparently leaking there, or any problems. Look at the top of the motor. The top of the motor has no excessive leaking, no oil residue. Oil cap is on there. No residue around the oil filter. Check my engine oil here. Pull that out. That is in good shape, at the proper level. Okay, look at my fan belts. My fan belts are in here. I can see that serpentine belt is in good shape. Oil filter, or excuse me, fuel filter isn't leaking. Water separator's at the bottom. All the wires for the starter are intact. Battery looks like it's in good shape as well. No excessive corrosion around the terminals. My cooling fans up here are in good shape. They're not busted or broken. My backup alarm is there. My backup camera is there. Okay, back of the machine. Obviously, the lights aren't broke. No excessive leaking underneath it. No oil spots. Look at my serviceable grease points on my pivot points. They're all in good shape. My DEF fluid cap is on there as well. Check my track over here. Final drive's not leaking. Can't see anything on the backside as well. Track tension is proper. My front roller is in good shape there. Doesn't seem to be excessively wearing. Bottom rollers on the bottom are also in good shape there as well. Looking at my serviceable points, my side glass isn't broke. Pivot points in the front. All pin keepers and pins are in good shape. My bucket is latched. Front glass is intact. Top lights, top to bottom, left to right. Top lights aren't broke. ROPS is intact. Lines aren't broken in the front. Nothing leaking up here. Check this side here as well. Serviceable grease points are in good shape here. Everything is good. And on this side here, my boom lock is in place. And check my hydraulic oil, which is my last thing there, is right there. So that's at the proper level as well. Okay, at this point, I'm going to enter this machine. I do have a set of forks here. Always try to maintain 3 points of contact whenever entering a machine like this. So, try to maintain 3 points here. And we'll close the door. Now there is a lap bar here. Push this lap bar down. And then we'll buckle our seatbelt. All right. A couple things here we got to look at. Obviously, we have gauges on top. We got a coolant gauge and we got a fuel gauge here. these lower parts that will light up. This is the amount of DEF fluid that we have in this vehicle. Obviously, we have lights, RPMs, minimize, auxiliary hydraulics, and then here's our main cluster for our panel. It doesn't have a key, it has a passcode, so this is basically our key. We can switch from ISO to H pattern, and this is our latches for disconnecting or connecting our bucket. So pretty basic, simple. Hand throttle, or excuse me, our throttle's here, so we can turn these RPMs up here. Also, if we'd like to, there's actually a gas pedal down here, or excuse me, a decelerator down here, so we can use it like a decelerator. So pretty basic functions. We're going to run an ISO pattern for today. So if we're looking at the controller here, this one here is actually going to control our lift. So if we pull it back, it's going to lift our arms up. Push ahead will lift or lower our arms. Curl and dump or curl out. Okay. There is a float button here as well. So if we push this in and we click ahead, it will put no pressure on the arms themselves, so we can do that as well. There's a trigger on the back, which activates the continuous flow for the auxiliary hydraulics. We can also run that off our toggle switch here. This side here, we have a couple different options here. Forward, push forward. Back is back. Go to the left. Go to the right. And obviously we can go to the corners if we're backing up left or right. So this will click us into high speed mode, and then there's also auxiliary hydraulics on this side that we can switch for, and obviously this one here's the horn. So if we click the horn, it's on this side. All right, so we'll go through our startup procedure. Okay. Okay, so it's telling me I got to enter a password. You'll see its code over there, so I'll enter the password over here. Okay, so I entered the code in. So you'll see we got a cluster here. Hydraulic fluid, obviously. Battery. Engine oil temperature. Hydraulic oil temperature. Over here you'll see I got 2 bars of DEF fluid, and I got just above a half a tank of fuel. Alright, so you'll see that everything's locked down. The parking brake is locked here as well. So we'll go ahead, we've entered the passcode in here. We'll go ahead and start this machine. So I'll just turn it over. Close the windows up so we can hear what's going on here. So as you can see right now, with it started, I can't do anything. There's no controls. Things want to go, but they're not going to work. In order to get any hydraulic controls to work at this point, I got to push this green button in. You'll see it'll light up. At this point, my hydraulics are live. So now, if I raise my bucket up, boom up, then boom up, boom down, curl in, curl out. And we'll just hit that flow button. So if I hit the button in and I click ahead, there's no hydraulic pressure on this. If I roll the bucket, the arms go up because there's no hydraulic pressure on it. Okay, I still can't drive it though because the parking brake is locked. So I have to unlock the parking brake in order to drive it forward. Okay, this does have a backup camera, so that is pretty handy. But that's your basic operation right there. So one thing you'll want to notice about this machine is obviously if the arms are in the air, and I set my parking brake and try to get out, sprockets up in the air and I try to get out, the door hits. So arms have to be all the way down in order to get out. Okay. Set my parking brake. If we're running our auxiliary hydraulics, the first one here, that's low flow. Second one, it says high flow. All right, so if I got 2 lights lit, high flow, off, should say low flow, but it doesn't, high flow. All right, parking brake indicator is right there, so if I'm taking it off, you'll see that light goes out. But that's the basic operation right there. If we were going to go to H pattern, I'll show you on this skid steer up here what H pattern is. There you have it. Thanks for watching, and remember to please subscribe. Have a good day and be safe.